Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. Bitcoin, you're getting the best thing here. When should you get something else? You should buy something else if it's better, but there isn't anything better. Everything is better now, and it never will be better again. Which means that the smart trade is to keep selling the weaker thing to buy the stronger thing. MicroStrategy has made hundreds of millions of dollars this way, with billions of dollars in debt and billions of dollars in the bank. We will also keep buying Bitcoin and selling things to get cash for Bitcoin. We might sell an equity or investment instrument every once in a while. MicroStrategy founder and executive chairman Michael Saylor was proud to say that Bitcoin had entered a 10-year gold rush era in which multi-trillion-dollar companies like Apple and Microsoft will invest in the leading digital asset to protect their money from losing value. Saylor made these claims at the Bitcoin Atlantis conference in Mauritius and Bitcoin Prague in June. Saylor thinks the Bitcoin gold rush began in January when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission let thousands of institutional buyers buy the biggest cryptocurrency by market value. Saylor thinks that until 2034, thousands of hedge funds, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, country states, and even small portfolios will buy Bitcoin directly or through spot Bitcoin ETFs. Saylor says that the creation of spot Bitcoin ETFs was a big deal that changed how Bitcoin is regulated. The CC's green light was a big step toward clearing up the myths about Bitcoin as either magic internet money or a way to hide money. Bitcoin's position is strengthened by big Wall Street firms like Fidelity and BlackRock. This shows that it's not just a passing fad but a long-term investment chance in this gold rush era. The executive chairman of MicroStrategy thinks that the last piece will fit together and all groups will be complete. Bitcoin seller thinks that when this happens, Bitcoin's value will quickly rise to what it's really worth, and it will keep going up until it reaches hundreds of trillions of dollars. The well-known billionaire business executive recently talked to Bitcoin News about his very optimistic forecasts for Bitcoin. Bitcoin will always be the best way to put your money to work. It will always be the smart thing to do. Bitcoin is a form of digital money, so once you know what capital is, you know that it is a way to store value and fuel the economy. If I can store money digitally and move it between any of billions of computers or any of millions of companies, and if I can move it at any frequency and program it using the most advanced servers, then AIs can trade Bitcoin with each other. I promise you that when a billion AIs trade with each other, they won't be trading buildings, coins made of copper or gold bars. They won't want to trade stock in Apple or Amazon with each other. They are going to want to trade digital money with each other. They'll want to buy and sell Bitcoin. And Bitcoin has a half-life of forever because it's digital and deflationary, right? It's permanent cash that will never die. Okay, that makes you wonder, what do I want to own? I'd like to own perfect money and cash. And yes, if you look at the numbers, Bitcoin has been. Over the past 4 years, it has returned 4 to 5 times as much as the S&P 500, and it has been unpredictable. It's also very unstable because it's a free cash market. It is a worldwide capital market, and anyone, anywhere in the world, at any time of day can say anything they want, as often as they want. Because of how it's made, it has good performance. So in 20 or 30 years, what will happen? From now on, Bitcoin will be twice as good as everything else. Right now, Bitcoin is 5 times better than the next best thing. But when Bitcoin is the size of the S&P 500 in 20 or 30 years, it might only be twice as good. But because it's all digital, it always gets better. It doesn't have the physical risks that come with real estate or land. It's not problematic from a cultural point of view like art is. It doesn't have the business liabilities of equity, the political liabilities of currency, or the credit risk of debt. Okay, when you buy Bitcoin, you're getting the best thing. When should you get something else? You should buy something else if it's better. There isn't anything better though. Everything is better now, and it never will be better again. To make sense of the trade, you keep selling the weaker thing to buy the stronger thing. MicroStrategy spent hundreds of millions of dollars to do it, with billions of dollars in debt and billions of dollars in the bank. We will also keep buying Bitcoin and selling things to get cash for Bitcoin. We might sell an equity or investment instrument every once in a while. You should never change your plan though, because Bitcoin will always be the best thing. It only matters if it's 10 times or 5 times better than the next best thing. After a long wait, the Financial Accounting Standards Board (FASB) changed a rule that is good for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency and digital assets business as a whole. Companies that keep Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies on their books can now finally use fair value accounting rules when they report what they have in these digital assets. The founder and previous CEO of MicroStrategy says that before the rule change, the board saw Bitcoin as an undefined and real asset. They also thought of it as a scary foreign asset that they didn't want companies to buy. This is the reason why a lot of chief financial officers had trouble giving the top crypto asset enough money, even though it had a lot of good qualities. Since the rules have changed, businesses can now report gains and losses on their crypto holdings separately from their working gains and losses. This means that business leaders can easily invest in Bitcoin because they know that the new rules will keep the volatility out of their main business. Because of this, Saylor is sure that a lot more businesses and big investors will keep buying Bitcoin before its price goes through the roof. Here are some more interview clips. Someone is going to go take all of my Bitcoin, so I need to buy as much as I can quickly. When I first started buying Bitcoin in 2020, I thought, oh no, I need to do this quickly because someone is going to figure it out and the price will go up 10 times. And I need to get it before it 10xs. That's a normal response when you finally get it. Your question is, why wouldn't every billionaire in the world go out and buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin right now, just to make $1 billion? Because why wouldn't they just want to make $1 billion, $5 billion, $10 billion, or any other amount of money? You know what I mean? Bitcoin feels like the infinite money glitch in its early days, right? In real life, though, the world follows standard patterns of behavior and follows customary ceremonies and rituals, and there are many conservative forces at work that slow down businesses and agencies. For example, in the past 4 years, one question has been whether or not the government will accept Bitcoin, and the answer wasn't really clear until January 2024. It was a big sign that this wasn't tulip bulbs or a scam when the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) approved Bitcoin spot ETFs. This is a real business digital asset and digital commodity. That was a very important point. Fair value accounting is something else that had to happen before businesses could decide to use it. The value of your Apple stock would have gone up by $1 million if you bought it and it doubled in value. But if you bought $1 million worth of Bitcoin in the old system of uncertain and immeasurable accounting and it doubled in value, you would probably have a loss. If the CFO didn't care, they could say, hey, I can buy this, and if it doubles, I'll make money if I buy that and the price goes up. It will look like I lost money. That was, in my opinion, an unfair and hostile report. And this year it just changed. The third thing that needs to happen for Bitcoin to be widely used by institutions is for banks around the world to start holding Bitcoin, right? If I'm Google and I make $1 billion a month, or even $1 billion a week some weeks, I have no problem sending that money to JP Morgan or Citigroup and telling them to buy government T-bills. A junior employee at Google does the bank transfer, and it happens all the time. I could wire $1 billion to JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo, but I couldn't buy Bitcoin with that much money. Plus, on Monday, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission gave the go-ahead for 9 Ethereum ETF applications. This is a big step forward for the cryptocurrency business as it continues to grow and become a part of regular banking. For investors, Coinbase wrote in a tweet to enjoy the win. Spot Ethereum ETFs give buyers access to a unique cryptocurrency asset that has its own set of returns. With more than 15 million active addresses every month, Ethereum's environment is strong. It's also growing quickly, with 300% more smart contracts being used in 2023 than in 2022.